What if we combined Victoria 3 and EU4 into one game? Well, today we get one step closer as we use a mod that reverts the map to the world in 1444 in all its glory. If you too long to return to this golden era in human history, make sure to like the video and subscribe to be amongst like-minded pre-Renaissance individuals. Well, isn't this a much more familiar sight? It might say 1836 up here, but we know that this is 1444. Check out the map. Oh man, it's looking beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, before this recording session, I spent a while trying to spot any sort of mistakes, and it is done really. What the hell is a Karen? It's done really well, like kind of surprisingly well. You even have like specific vassals around here. I mean, it's just remarkably well done. I've got nothing else to say about that. Even the New World, I mean, that hurts my eyes to look at, but it's still done well. Morocco has its vassals, Granada's a thing. Basically, this has been made using a converter that converts EU4 to Victoria 3. And so whilst there's no new tech like in the 1650 mod that I checked out previously, I thought it'd be fun to see what we can get up to in early modern Europe, in a time that obviously has some significance to me. So starting out, we have a massive issue insofar as Burgundy is cut in two, which is really, really bad for our market. All these guys are cut off from us. So the first thing that we need to do is take out Provence, which is a standard Burgundy thing to do. I've got 29 battalions. How many do you have? 19. Okay, it looks like the French are stepping to us, but I kind of have to go with it anyway. You allied with them? Oh, God. I mean, I don't have a choice. It's either that or take out Savoy. In hindsight, probably a smarter idea. If he dies and we get the Burgundian inheritance, I'll be very upset. I know it's not physically coded into the game, but I feel like if anyone were to get screwed over by it, it would be me. Alright, looks like we've got a couple of food industries and wheat farms. Also, everyone is isolationist, I believe. And so we are limited by what we can have in terms of what we produce ourselves. So I'm going to build some livestock ranches so I can get some fertilizer. And then and also some fabric. We'll go from there. Now, I'm hoping all these front lines make life miserable for the old Frenchies. Activate our conscripts because we're going to need to. Recruit a general in the Cutaline HQ. Just defend against the French. I don't believe France HQ did. I don't think I have any troops in the French HQ. I'm gonna get a general there anyway because he'll hopefully get the conscripts. Did France just back down? Okay, France is no longer a thing. That is incredible news for us. It means we've gone massively overkill with mobilizing, but that's okay. Wait, what? Luxembourg? And Trier came in. Really? You'll 100% back down. Okay, I just need to conquer that state and then I can get stronger and then we can focus on taking out the English or the French or whoever. So I don't want to get too much infamy. They said they only have 12 right now. Could be worth it if they're not going to back down. Yeah, give me Lorraine. I want Lorraine. That'd be good. I don't need anything else. Actually, Provence could be a good thing here because we could confuse the AI. But then I have to get there. And that's going to be impossible because I don't really... Do I have a navy? Got five flotillas. He's probably got none. He has 3. Okay, not worth the risk. No, I think we keep it as is, and then we'll get war operations from everyone. I reckon he'll back down though. I don't think he'll allow it to continue. We have this Donny over here, push into Provence. Push over that front there though. Oh no, they're actually fighting it. Okay, interesting. Please hold. Excellent. And we're pushing on this front and on that one, so that should eliminate any provincial troops from the area, or at least severely hamper them. We have to unify our territories. This is a standard Burgundy gameplay, lads. This is, look, put this and just get some EU4 gameplay. The commentary is the same. It's a shame they don't have like a Holy Roman Empire mechanic. Also, if you want to know who the #1 great power was, it is England or Great Britain, which makes sense at this point. But the Byzantines actually are also a great power. Oh, wait, the Ottomans just became #1. That also makes sense. But like 50 years prior, the English were probably the preeminent power. Okay, after this we can fix our economy. I did that post-commentary with the Spanish game, and people seem to really enjoy it. I actually had a ridiculously high watch percentage. So I might try something like that in future. But one thing that you did say and complain about is that I didn't tell you all about the different economic stuff. So I will do that this time. I'm going to go in depth, and if I see the retention dip down, I know you're all filthy liars. So you're not allowed to skip this part. I'm going to go super in-depth. I'm not going to go that in-depth because I don't know that well. But, oh boy, I'll do it. Okay, I'm going to go to intensive grazing ranch to produce some fertilizer, which will then feed this, right? My wheat farms, which then hopefully help our population. We are currently lacking a lot of fertilizer. That's because these livestock ranches haven't actually gotten up and running yet, I don't believe. So that'll hit around 20, I believe. Now, how many do we need for the wheat farm? So what you do is you go over here, you check out fertilizer, you see the production and the consumption. Getting consumed at a rate of 8, it's producing at a rate of 16. So you saw how initially it was like, oh my god, we don't have any fertilizers. It's just not true. And everyone's starving. Gonna allow everyone to die. It's fine. Once I finish up this wall, we can check out what we need. Because again, we are isolationist. There we go. It's already an incorporated state, fortunately. And Burgundy has done a little bit better. Okay, we can start planning our economy a little bit better. We need a lot of alcohol. Our boys love alcohol. A lot of wheat. We need fabric, clothes, and alcohol. Food industries. Great way to make booze. Let's shift you over to... We don't have any sugar. Where would sugar be produced? Okay, so that's dumb. Okay, clothes and fabric. Well, this is how we get fabric. So let's just build a bunch of those. And then clothes, textile mills, and protocol. Simple as. Okay, the Burgundian market is now doing quite nicely. If I can get a decent navy, I could just destroy the British and take Normandy. It's a good idea. What's wrong with you? You want fertilizer? Well, I have good news for you. Ooh, we can't switch over because we have tools and iron. Yeah, isolationism's kind of rough, Chief. Let's see. Can we abolish serfdom? Because that'd be kind of cool. If we could just go super liberalization. If we could invent communism a couple of years early. I'm just going to add a 4 instead of that. So it's currently 1437. That makes more sense to me. Not me, right? Yeah, it's Liège. Okay, I kind of want to alternate these. Supply and demand, that sort of stuff. Oh, yeah, give me, by all means, give me like 2 of standard living. Thanks, Holland. Cheers, bud. The issue is the French have all those vassals, right? So they're going to be able to contend with a bunch of different front lines better than we can. And this isn't EU4, so they're not going to annex them. Rather unfortunately for us. Okay, what resources do we have? Iron, coal, logs, perfect. Okay. We're going to get some iron mines going as well. Let us stop with this stuff here because I want to get the next construction sector because that'll put us massively ahead of everyone else. For that, I need tools and I need iron. So let's get iron first. Build one of those. I'm going to build a tool industry. I'm going to start super low. The reason I'm doing that is because each one of these, if I go to the tooling industry, is going to take a certain amount of wood and iron and that sort of stuff, right? So if I scale it together and really slowly instead of like thrusting myself forwards, it's going to put us in a much better situation because we can fine-tune it. Again, I told you I was going to tell you about the economic stuff. Hey, you clicked on the Victoria 3 video. What did you expect? So I'm going to make sure I can check the supply and demand of the different ones, and we'll see if we can do anything to gently address it. Meanwhile, we have the Great Hunger. People keep dying. That's fine. I want to see who has the highest GDP. Obviously, it's China, right? Ming, yeah, by a significant amount. The Japanese. Lithuania's up there as well. That is a blocky GDP. I don't agree at this point that Ming was an unrecognized major power. They were definitely the #1 power in the world. It would be for the next 300 years. Okay, we've abolished serfdom. Wonderful. This iron mine's going to use tools, which is why I'm building it first, because we're not going to have any tools. Oh, 9.5. Now we went up, and Great Hunger is done. Perfect. Railways. Okay, we're nowhere near steel yet. There's the thing with an isolationist society. What I do want to do, though, is... I'd love to go with professional army. See here where it says, we'll produce 150 more wood, but we're going to require 25 more tools. So in order to click this button, I'm going to need at least 25 tools. This one over here is going to require... I don't remember how many it requires. 5 tools. And what's your consumption of wood? I don't quite remember. We'll make it work. And then we can check out our construction industry. I believe everyone else is also going to be isolationist, right? So we only need to contend with other isolationist countries. So there's no point us going non-isolationist because everyone else is isolationist as well. Okay, so tools are being built, which is going to facilitate you. Okay, perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is switch over to pig iron tools. It's going to require 20 more iron, but it produces 30 more tools. We're going to do that. And suddenly iron's going to be valuable. So they're going to like start shifting each other a bunch whilst this gets going. Iron is now super cheap. We need to make tools more valuable. Do that quite easily by going over here to our logging camp and changing it so we actually use tools. Now tools are super expensive. Let's just get a chemical plant. It's not going to help us. Do need to get more of these though. Careful in the infrastructure. Okay, well, the infrastructure is fine. I don't need to be careful in the infrastructure. That. Get a couple more textile mills going. We can keep messing with things as we see fit. Like market squares. Putting workshops doing its job. Iron's now super cheap. Make everyone use these sawmill things. We've got a professional army. Okay. Tools are already kind of expensive, so let us focus on expanding the tooling industry. As you can see, our GDP is shooting up now. We are rising through the ranks rapidly. Because everyone else is isolationist, and the AI, to be honest, doesn't really know how to handle that. So Aragon is the #4 great power, and Castile is the #1. I don't get that. Imereti is a great... Ladies and gentlemen, the great power of Imereti. What are you on about? Imereti. Be interested to play as genres in this mod because of the market access you'd require. They'd probably have access to a lot of different markets and resources. Tools are still pretty expensive, which is surprising, given that we produce 121 and we only consume 16. We're the #1 producer. France is the other one. Oh, we've become a great power. Wonderful. We've overtaken the mighty Imereti. I think we can't grab ourselves agrarianism. Now, here's what we're going to try and do. Go over to iron frame buildings. Over to this. We have a shortage of tools and a shortage of iron. Which is good. That's all good stuff. It's fine. Because whilst we are getting like efficiency penalties, that's okay. The throughput penalties, that's fine. Because the rate of increase is higher than the percentage loss of not fulfilling the full request, if that makes sense. So think of it like imagine you can have 100% of 10 or 75% of 20, right? The latter is better, even though it's not technically 100% efficient. It just occurred to me I haven't been using any decrees. Agriculture, nope, I need resources over here. Get some social mobility going. Let's get some national values. Grab some state construction efficiency. Okay, we're good. But we have a shortage of iron. We're going to address... Do we have coal mines already? Where are we getting the coal from? GDP is going up, but it's going to start taxing some things, so we're making money. See, this is all stuff that usually I don't show on camera, because it's a lot more free-flowing to go, like, from... Okay, here to like 3 years later, and like, we're at war again. But I thought this time I'd try something a little bit different and explain the economy behind things. Doesn't really make sense if you think about, oh, well, we're playing a world that's 1444. But it does, because everyone is isolationist. So I can clearly demonstrate the differences in efficiencies of economies and maintaining a good understanding of what you're producing and what you're not. For example, with technology, what do we don't have currently? We currently have a deficit of clothes. All our people need clothes. That's why we can keep our standard of living going up, because we'll give them access to clothes and food, right? Basic necessities. We have a lot of grain, a lot of wood, right? So we can convert that grain into higher quality good, which are groceries, right? Lower the price on that, which will be more effective, employs more people. It's all good. So we need clothes. So we go to our technology, anything that will give us better things to do with clothes, right? Like a water tube boiler is going to be quite good, or mechanized looms. So we're going to take canneries, not canaries, and then take mechanized workshops, if that makes sense. Then we're going to bump up our food industries because we have a surplus of grain, and we might as well put that to good use. Who the hell's trying to do this? We're going to owe no obligation to Novgorod. Yeah, okay. Sure. They gave the Teutons a little port so that it's not, like, horrifically cut off. Wait, is it still horrifically cut off? No, it's not. Okay. Atmospheric engine, lovely. Let's get some progress on the water tube boiler. That'll help us long term. Don't need any short term advantages. Okay. And now we have fulfilled. We need to. Let's get some construction sectors going. Agrarianism, 25%? Nope. Oof, that's kind of rough. Fortunately, we don't use bureaucracy for anything. Can we increase our services? And if we have coal. So yeah, our excess grain. You can see the price is now going to slowly increase, and the price of groceries are going to drop. If we had sugar, we could do this a lot more effectively, but we don't have access to what I do want to do is keep on the textile mill side of things. Textile mills, tools, and iron. So you can see here that we have a lack of 100 iron, right? Most of that is from the construction sector. So we need another 100 iron. But if I do it if I do it now, I will run out of coal. So even though we have a lack of iron, more than we have a lack of coal, we need to get coal first. So we're going to do 1 coal, then we need 3 iron. Immediately after that, we're going to need 2 more tooling workshops because we need each of these produces 60 and we currently have a deficit of 100, so we probably need another one there. This is how you can play the numbers with Victoria 3 and like get really into it. Again, this is most of the stuff that I cut anyway. We'll be good. For those of you who are skipping around looking for the war, we'll be going to war pretty soon. I have an idea. I think what I'm going to be doing is going after Britain first before France. And then I can hit France from multiple different angles and just confuse the AI. Now we're going to go for that mechanized workshop. We did get agrarianism. Wonderful. Actually go straight for proportional taxation. Okay, I'll take it. Hopefully I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense to a lot of people. Damn, dude, that's crazy. France actually has been doing pretty well with its GDP. Not as well as us, of course. We have doubled our GDP. I do want to beat the Ming at some point. So you can see coal will have reduced a little bit. Why is it not being produced? Ah, there we go. There's not many people yet. Jump over to this. All right, now coal's not going to be being produced, and you'll see it's used in 2 ways, right? You have the industrial usages. So, for example, coal is being used in our iron mines and other stuff, but it's also used by individuals. You can see the pop needs. Not too many, because they're using wood right now, but it is used. So you can see what people need. And if you go over here to the market, you can see staple goods, right? So over here, all of this stuff is produced by pop needs. Subsistent farms actually make more, oh nice, in terms of clothes than we do, right? But people really still don't have clothes. So we also need to focus on that. But I want to make our construction sector as good as possible first and make it as cheap as possible. As you can see by these graphs, this is what our temporary national expenses are. So that's how much we spend on constructing stuff. These are fixed ones. That's stuff we can't change. This is temporary national expenses. And as you can see, they're starting to go down as we make iron cheaper. Because to produce something, you use iron, right? If I find a construction sector here, right? It uses tools, wood, iron, and fabric to produce construction. The cheaper these things are, the cheaper it is for us to do it. You're always going to be losing money on a construction sector, obviously. But like I said, we're now going to drop the price of tools here. You see they're quite high, because obviously they're used everywhere. We're going to drop the price of them by producing more of them, supplying them up. Pretty basic. Like I said, Victoria 3 is one of those games that makes you feel smart even though you're not. You're just playing around with numbers at the end of the day. This is not the same as Crusader Kings 3. It's not the same as EU4 as a game. I would say it's more like Factorio and those sorts of games. Okay, services now. I'm just going to focus on grabbing us some textile mills. How much does each one produce? 45. And we need how many? 45. We need another about 300. Do 5 of these for now. You also get a benefit of economies of scale. So economies of scale is the idea that, like, don't panic. I'm going to use an accounting term, economics term, right? To explain it, because I think it's the best way to explain it. And I don't believe in, like, using stupid little dumbed down versions of stuff. You're a smart audience. You can understand this stuff. And it's not that hard to understand. I don't know why it's not widely known. So you have two things. You have your fixed cost. And I'm talking about, like, industry as a general. Imagine you have, like, imagine a clothes factory. Screw it. We're going to do this example. You are a clothes factory. You have a fixed cost. That's things like, in the modern day, a warehouse to produce them. That's things like your the amount you pay in admin fees for, like, use of the land. Let's say, like, council fees and that sort of stuff. That's, like, all fixed cost. That doesn't change depending on how much you're producing. Then you have the marginal costs. So let's say it costs you £10 to make a shirt. Right? And you sell it for £15, okay? The marginal cost of a shirt is £10. So the more shirts that you make, you're going to make a £5 profit on each individual shirt, right? If that makes sense. Obviously, you have your overall costs that are added into it. Let's say you spend £100 a month on rent and fixed costs, right? So your marginal unit cost is 10. Your fixed cost is 100. And so you need to be producing enough such that you hit the balance point where your profit from producing shirts compensates the fixed costs, right? Now, I know that sounds like a little bit redundant to say in terms of Victoria 3, but if you think of it in terms of economies of scale, you're going to get this bonus here because of the amount of factories you have in there. It's simulating that same economies of scale. Like, Victoria 3 is just applying general, non-specific, common sense stuff into a game. And I'll happily sit here all day and talk about economies and specifically the business administration, that sort of stuff. Really enjoy it. That's why I'm currently making 12.8k a week in game. God, I wish I was making that in real life. And that's what makes this game appeal to me. Apologies if you found that boring. But damn it, people said they wanted more economics. They said they wanted more of this sort of stuff. And so I will give you business case studies, ladies and gentlemen, because this is not a historical game. This... What the hell is this? Oh, that's funny. This is not a historical game. This is an economic simulator. Right, we need to produce some furniture as well. Let's start producing furniture. All right, 95. Okay, quite a quick, little quick stamping out this revolution. That's okay. It's our vassal. It's not our guy. There we go. So now our textile mills can get sewing machines, but that's not going to help us. But what we can do is get mechanized workshops and mechanized looms. We built quite a strong tool-based economy here. Do you want to switch it to steel pretty soon? In fact, let's start that process. Where's our steel? It's going to be Garking. Build 2 steel mills. And this is now when you get large enough. This is where you start to, like, not do the individual calculations that you saw me doing. Where I was like, okay, here's the exact amount we need to be super efficient. Because at the start of Victoria 3, you need to be as efficient as possible. Because otherwise, bastards like Austria just start taking off. And they go a bit mental. Okay, so we're going to see how this is going to work. Because I installed a bunch of AI mods that I don't think are meant to be working on this map. It could have also broken the game. I don't know. Iron seems to be a bit rough for us at the present. Don't really have an iron shortage per se. Well, we kind of do. Each one of these produces how many again? Like I said, 40, so we need another one after this. Alright, we'll probably need some coal as well. So we have 1 coal mine. But I can go ahead and just grab, like, line inventory. I should probably do that. You done that already? Don't lie. I haven't. Okay, so I can just steamroll everyone. Because no one has arms industries. Because no one has steel or hardwood or anything else that they need for the industries because everyone is isolationist. Yeah, much closer. We are going to need another one of these though. And then instead of getting tools individually, we're going to switch over to steel-based tools. But our economy is not going to like that for a little bit. Okay, so we have tools up and running. Okay, so we have steel up and running, right? Now we make the switch over to steel tools. It's going to produce 140 more. You can see that it's going to actually reduce the amount of iron we need to 0, but increase the amount of steel. Conversely, we're now going to need a lot more iron in our steel industry. So basically, it's just adding another step in the line. So it went from like iron to tools to iron to steel to tools with a greater output in terms of the tools overall. Needs a larger input from coal overall, but everything's better, and that's how tech works in this game. And you'll start to see this tooling stuff go down, which is good. Now we need to focus on producing liquor. There's only one thing I can think of that would produce liquor, which is vineyards. I mean, you'll produce sugar. Go produce sugar, and then I'm gonna get our food industries, use that to create more groceries, create some liquor, and use canneries to produce even more. I think was a good play. I'm gonna expand that a bunch. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Because, all right, here we go. More explanations. Again, I'm gonna explain everything I'm goddamn doing. You wanted this. You asked for it. So the reason that works is because we've switched out the excess wheat that we had for sugar, which we badly needed, which lessened the demand on the wheat industry as a whole because people are eating groceries in the same way that we produced more tools via going from iron to steel to tools. We're now going from wheat to food industries to groceries, if that makes sense. So people are eating the end product, and it just means more inputs, which means a wider economy, and a better one at that. So it's just the iron industry now that we need to focus on a bit more. So you're witnessing so much more content than I would have just cut all this. I would have just cut straight to me conquering Britain. Because we still, in the economic cycle of things, still need to create an arms industry, right? To create small arms in order to have a leg up to be able to defeat the English. Because we have a small army right now. In comparison to most states, as you can see here. But ours is going to be better because we're going to have an arms industry, and also we need to build up a barracks and a shipyard as well, because we're going to stop them from landing any supplies for their troops. Okay, power the purse. Do I not have any shipyards? Okay, I only have one place that can begin to produce shipyards. That's this one. So we're going to start with you. We're also going to need more fish for our increasing amounts of food industries. Start to see iron and sugar are expensive now. How much sugar do we need? Producing 74 and we need 250. How much does each farm produce? Okay, but there goes the infrastructure. We're gonna need 10 wheat farms. I'm also just getting ahead of this fish thing. Okay, what I can do is use harvesting tools, which means we need fewer people in the actual farms themselves, and it also helps our tooling industry be a bit more robust. 2 fishing wharves, and then this. Switch over to military shipbuilding. And here's the thing. The military sector is terrible until you're at war, right? There's no point in having one, which obviously is the point. So what we're going to do is keep prices for and demand for this stuff high by switching over to a fishing trawler. Produces more fish, and it means that this will actually be profitable. See if anyone else GDP-wise. Okay, we've overtaken the French. Started to stagnate a little bit. No harm in doing this. Ah, damn it. Okay, right. First things first, though. We're going to need motor industry, so then we can start getting railways, because I miscalculated on Franche-Comté, and we need more infrastructure there, because that's going to impact its resources to market. Decimal process unlocked. Oh, for a brief second, we were #1 great power there. All right, here we go. Mechanized workshop, producing liquor. Keep the demand for sugar high. We don't need steel right now. 3 steel is a lot. We don't need that many. Why are you still suffering? Shipyards producing enough. What's wrong with you? I probably need another shipyard. Okay. So yeah, we don't need as much steel because nothing really consumes steel in high enough quantities anyway, up until this point, and also motor industries, because we're going to start building railways everywhere. And as you can see, we started to help the balance for liquor quite a bit, and our standard of living is increasing. But we don't have the ability to create luxury clothes because we don't have any silk. Get patent still. We don't have any glass. The arms industry needs hardwood, and so now we switch over our logging camps to creating. Like I said, if I wanted to really focus on it, I'd do it with a softer touch and do individual provinces, but that's kind of unnecessary right now. All right, we're also going to get cannons. That'll fill up, and then that'll sort out all of our issues on that front. Okay, what are we lacking? Clothes and furniture. As a standard, clothes, furniture, tool, coals. All right, so we're lacking 175. That's going first. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much are we lacking in terms of tools? We need 2 of these. 1, 2. It's the close of the big one, isn't it? Yeah, 371. About 8 of these. From here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the... That's fine on that front. You should have a railway here. Yes, perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. And then you'll see standard living go up because people are going to use transportation to get around. Isn't that nice? Pretty expensive though because we have to subsidize the railways. What is this? The British government? Yeah, it's the fact that everyone's isolationist that I thought it's a really nice opportunity to show off the finer points. Because I appreciate that Victoria 3 can be a hard thing to jump into for a lot of people. But hopefully in watching this, you realize it's just a case of balancing numbers. It's not as complex as you think. If you want to start applying real world theories, they kind of work because it's just maths at the end of the day. But I mean, I appreciate that I've made it sound really dull. But I enjoy it. Don't need baking powder because we don't have any sugar. We can't, well, we have some sugar. We can't mass produce it. What I would like to do though, start this stuff. So are our barracks ready? 35 and 45. London has 10 and 15. And the naval bases have 18, 18. And ours have 25, 25. That's not that big of a difference, especially considering it's Britain. We have 23 flotillas. I have 5. It cost me a bunch of money, but we're going to go ahead and build a bunch of naval bases as well. Because I want to be able to land in his nation. Having said that, what's our infamy? 0. Tell me, is there any way I can get silk? It just shows me this screen, but I don't know how I can see where production is. Does this show production? Silk and Provence. This just shows all the buy orders and sell orders. Okay, well that's the production. Is there anywhere in Europe that does it? Venice? Venetia, okay, yeah. Venice does south of France. Because that's the next big move here. That and sulfur. If I can get my hands on some sulfur, start making some proper weaponry. Does anyone actually produce sulfur? Anywhere else? I mean, south of France stuff's looking real juicy. So you have silk plantations, you do. I think I might just have to go after France. A lot stronger than me though. I need this land. Okay. Where's the sulfur mine? Yeah, it's up and running. Okay. I need these areas. So I need Rhone and I need Auvergne. French Rhone, Bourgogne, Conquer State, Auvergne. What's my infamy now? Notorious. Yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. Ooh, I didn't do the conscripts. I need the conscripts to be decent as well. Okay, we can't call them up for a year. He's fearful of me. In which case, there's no way he's not going to back down. Wait, only one of your boys is backing you. What happened to Orleans? Did you release them? What happened to Orleans? Not gonna lie, boss. That seems like an oversight on your part. What do you reckon? Think he's gonna do it? I don't think so. It would be frustrating. Get him to transfer his subjects to me. You have Bosnia and Herzegovina as a vassal? That's just Herzegovina. Where's Bosnia and Herzegovina? Where's up here? To protect... Okay, interesting. Okay, I gotta decide now. I don't really want them. Sweet. Got a new admiral. Aimable jamais. Doesn't that mean just like never likable? Bit sad. Okay, if he's gonna fight, I really should have activated conscripts. Hopefully the boys can hold off a little bit. We're gonna push where they're not with our tiny stacks. I really want to take out this big one though. How much land is he gonna take here? That's my entire capital. Excuse me? We have to take that back immediately. Let's use the tiny stack to advance the tiny fronts. Make sure I'm defending on this front. Attacking. Are you winning that? 1 versus 9. I'm impressed, you did well. Alright, we have blitzed them here though. It's amazing what cannons and guns can do. Fortunately, Holland has decided to get involved and lead the front, which is not my favourite thing. They are borrowing my troops though, which is good. Okay, we're close to liberating our capital. Shortage of small arms. Well, yeah, it's because he's occupied our bloody province. Okay, so when we're at war, we need more arms. Perfect, we won. Do you not have a horrible market? I presume you do, because you're sort of in between. Give you a couple of seconds to figure out what you're doing. Which you go over to this, more coal. There's the sulfur we need. Useless right now, but we'll need it later. And there's the silk plantation. The sawmills. Why do you have 0 market access? Why? Why is Rhone isolated? It's literally bordering me. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're gonna have to hold off on the naval base expansion for now. Oh, the game's gone buggy. But why is it? It doesn't say why. Yeah, nothing I can do. Okay. We got the infrastructure. It says, okay, there we go. Now it's just suddenly connected. Don't know what that was about. Game had to figure itself out. Okay, let's grab some rifling. And let's see what the new land has brought us. A lack of tools and furniture. That's fine. We can get some tools. How many tools we need? 346. God damn. We need 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. How's your infrastructure doing? Yeah, perfect. More importantly, that gives us access to, which we can then use to create fancy clothing. Gonna give us a shortage of clothing, but that's okay. So how much silk do you need? 60. Well, I produce 60. Ah, here we go. No, I need 134. What does each one do? I need 7. Anything I can do to help you out a little bit? Grab some rail transportation? No, you're good. Okay, that's a jump in GDP once we got access to that. Now what we can do as well is grab ourselves some chemical plants. So we no longer need to rely on what we were doing before. So to create fertilizer, we were just using your run-of-the-mill livestock farms. That's not industry, that's agriculture. We don't want that. Get it out of here. You sicken me. We want to use a little bit of trickery, also known as chemical plants, which is going to use iron and sulfur to create fertilizer. But more importantly, we can use it to create explosives, which we can then use in the mines and also in munitions plants to create bullets. So a lot of the expansion in this game in Victoria 3 is no point running around conquering things unless you're me and you enjoy that. For the most part, you want to conquer things that have an inherent value to you. Okay, now what we're going to do is get ourselves some religious schools and start actually helping out our people. As part of that, let's grab ourselves a government administration. I think soap plantation's doing well. Means you are now creating clothes and... oh, clothes. Anywhere here that does dyes? No? Nowhere close? Closest is in Egypt. You can start to see... the interesting thing is, through this lens, you can start to see how colonialism came about. In terms of necessitating different goods, right? Which I think this game nails, personally. And I think it's like an unsung part of it. There are a lot of things that I have an issue with in terms of Victoria 3, but one thing it does really nicely is simulating the journey. It shows you the rational decision-making that went into, okay, well, I need to secure a trade route to this place. I need to secure a market, and then the market gets closed down for whatever reason. We get raided through a convoy, or they just shut down the market, or something else happens that's outside your control, and it makes you realize, I need to have direct control over this, which obviously then leads to heinous historical crimes. But from a logical point of view, in terms of the economic desire to go after those resources, then obviously excuse what happens, but yeah. Go over to the Bessemer process instead of making new steel mills, see if that helps, because that'll suddenly produce more. Yeah, we still need 2 more. How much does each steel mill produce? Produces 90. Okay, 90. We only need 1. Well, I'll put 2 down because we'll probably need it for tools later. Fertilizers being made in the chemical plants. Hardwood, engines we need. I want to put 2 down because I want to. Keep chucking stuff down in the construction sector side of things. Making enough money to warrant it. Would love to know why you're upset. Is it just because you're peasants? Yeah, you want more clothes. Okay. Loads of clothes. Okay, we need loads more clothes. Luxury clothes also. And liquor. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. How much liquor do we produce from these? 60. We need like 10 of them. Okay. That's 10. And then textile mills, we also need 10. I'm going to start producing them in Rhone instead. For the simple fact that we need to convert the people from being peasants to being laborers, so then they'll be less upset. I'm going to weave these in and out. That'll do. And now you can see our GDP is skyrocketing. Even more than before. And the Ming started to increase a bit. Best part about Victoria 3 is I need to nip to the bathroom. And this will just run. I've set up my economy appropriately. Alright, how are the chemical plants doing? Alright. Now, let's get ourselves a munition plant. I'm going to create 50 ammunition. How many are we going to need for skirmish infantry? I suppose if we get our conscripts going, we probably need another one, but should be fine. Never had a percentage this high and it not go through. I failed to account for the fact that sugar is very expensive. How much sugar do we need? 250. That's a lot of wheat farms. Okay, there has to be sugar somewhere near here, right? No. Oh, Naples. Naples, Castile, Aragon. Tunis. Interesting. Now, how upset would you be if I, hypothetically, would come and rock your well? The issue is you're in the front HQ, so I'm going to need at least 7 barracks up here. Chuck in 10. And we're also going to need 3 more of you. That should be enough for us to launch an attack on Tunis to take the sugar plantations to fuel our sugar industry. Oh, so stupid. Right, we have religious schools at least. Yeah, we need a lot of sugar. Alright, the sugar wars are beginning, lads. How many does each of you produce? 110. The 3 should do it. We'll get a 4th just to be sure. I need 500 of these. Whew. To be fair, I need like another 25 then. Chuck another 10 in. Alright, where are my chemical plants? Get you going on that. I don't even know how many we need. 20 explosives and 20 lead, of course. Well, we've got some lead. You guys over to skirmish infantry. You guys over to artillery. Alright, well, we have the explosives, which is nice. It's just the lead now. Creating enough. Facilitate this. It's another portion of small arms is what we need. Yeah, I to be fair, because I'm focusing more on... we really need some sugar. On... the economy side of things, I'm not doing my usual rushing war, so I'm really setting up the economy nicely. Speaking of, we do need these sugar plantations. So, Tunis, you're dead. You do have to land, obviously. But I'm assuming you haven't changed your barracks. Yeah, so you have 10 offense versus our 21. That's because it's 50. So it would be about 40 and 50. Should be fine. Decrees-wise, iron tools. Where else is a strong part here? Manufacturing down here. Help boost things a little bit. I don't really feel the need to change any other laws. Everything's kind of working as is. Ironclads are always nice. And we can start working on the next artillery. We need to set an interest in North Africa. And then let's get cracking. Beauty of it is we're completely self-sufficient. So it doesn't matter if people try and embargo us. Oh, it looks like Muscovy and Novgorod are getting into it. That's kind of cool. Well, didn't expect that. Oh, and it looks like Moscow's been taken out by Novgorod. Where's the bigger GDP? 5.96, 11.6. And yet, you're not going to back down, mate. What's my infamy? 37. That's fine. I could probably puppet you. I don't want to puppet your, like, corpse. Once I've stripped Tunis out, there's really not going to be much left. When you've got a population of... There you go. All right. Do you have a port? Sugar, 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 sugar. Now, how much do you produce? 30. How much do we need? I believe that number is 300. So we need 10. At least. What else do you have here? A glassworks. That's actually kind of useful. Use this. Gives me an excuse to build more lead mines. So excited to have sugar. Because what that also means is that we can fully go to pattern stills and just focus on liquor. Also, we get baking powder, which means that we use more grain and sugar and have more sugar. This is the single most significant economic development since sliced bread. And that's not going to happen for a while. That's how significant this economic development is. Build another 3 on top of all that. I'm going to shift you to pattern stills and you to baking powder. That should meet our needs very nicely indeed. So now we don't have to worry about liquor anymore, which was always the big thing. Just employing tens of thousands of Tunisians in the farm. Lack of explosives, yeah, makes sense. Let's switch you up and get you to produce more explosives then. That way we need more sulfur mines. Wait, hang on. I didn't change you up, did I? That's a very well managed economy. What are you lacking in? Silk? Oh god, like 200, okay. How much does each one of these produce? We need another 10. Make it 15 because I'm going to expand more later. I need more than sugar. I'm lucky these things are close. If I had dyes right now, oh my god, it would be over. We'd hit 100 million GDP overnight. Still want to beat the Ming. That's the main aim here. But I also have a meeting soon, and I'm very hungry. Becomes a race against not just Ming, but myself. On a realistic note, it'd be really cool if you had like EU4, but with some more economic stuff. Because, for example, I've just launched across and chucked myself at Tunis, right, to get the sugar plantations. In EU4, trade goods mean nothing. Realistically, you care about gold, and that's it. Maybe gems. Maybe. Coal when it comes around. But there's no, like, apart from a triggered modifier that gives you, like, a random, like, minus 10% or minus 1 national unrest if you're the leader in coffee, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't really feel that vibrant at all. Something like this is really, really cool because I've launched myself across the Mediterranean because I needed sugar to boost my economy. And you can see the massive impact that that had. So I'd like in EU5 to see a bit more of this kind of like economically driven warfare instead of someone like me who will just declare war for war's sake, right? That's just what I do. And you follow down the mystery. Obviously, they're fundamentally different games, and I don't want them to change into the same game or like merge because that's a stupid idea. But it would be really interesting to have some of the elements appear, because it gives a reason for conquest and a reason to play tall. Like, I'm not playing that wide in this game. I'm only conquering things... I'm about to play wide, don't worry about that. But I'm only conquering things that make sense. But like an outside choice like Tunis might seem strange, but it is definitely the right decision. Okay, we still need like another 200 sugar. So let's focus on that. Probably need another 6. Maybe, no, we'll go 5. More clothes, more furniture. And this is the crux of why I need. Because if I could produce another 2k of clothes, why don't I, instead of conquering northern France, why don't I go and get some dye? Who produces dye? Your boys got into India a little bit early. Bengal, Senegal, Luchistan. Can support 85 dye plantations. That could be quite good. I could just launch myself with the Bengalis. And that's a lot of population though. I don't need all that. That's also, to be fair, that's also 2 million. Now we'll go Northern India, why not? We are, however, going to need government administrations, and a lot of them to maintain another 4 million people. Oh god. It's gonna hurt us, I don't know why I didn't... 200 or 300. Bureaucracy right there. Here you go, breech loaders. And shrapnel artillery. Right, let's see if we can do this. Seems like a really dumb idea. I'm just hoping he's going to back down because he's going to be too scared to fight me. There's a lot of different countries that could join in here. I think they're all declaring themselves neutral. But I really don't have to fight this. I do not want to have to send a navy the entirety of this. Oh, Roacantha. Where are Roacantha? Bro, you're so irrelevant. Get some Bengali war operation. Surely you'll back down. Surely. Nice. Okay, good. Doing bad. It should be ticking up, right? Yeah, the row is starting to be employed. Perfect. How many clothes do I need? 685. So I don't need to go to the full amount right away. If I were to go to this, we produce another 500. I need 175 dye for that. Okay, we currently produce... How many does each of you produce? 50, 25, 100, 125, 150, 175. Go poor, right? Yeah, good poor as well. This is gonna change a lot of things. So to have 1,000 more clothes. Bear in mind that's a bit redundant considering I don't need that many. I need 190 more. Do that. Easy. Okay, so there's 19 in Rhone. How many textile mills are up here? Alright, let's do it. Suddenly you should be the most valuable thing. Oh god, I forgot about the glassworks. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need a lot more dye. Yeah, like another 10 plantations would do it. Should be producing tons of clothes now. Now it's the furniture manufacturers I'm worried about. We'll start building in South Bengal. Very good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That amount should do. Furniture side of things. Then we need tools and glass. How much glass we need? 226. And each one of these produces 70. So we need about 4 actually. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, access to this kind of population, very useful. Yeah, your standard of living went up real quick. I mean, you are heinously discriminated against. But you're not starving. Oh, it turns out Muscovy did eat Novgorod. Okay. And Brunswick has been a massive beast. They're murdering everyone around them with extreme prejudice. I need more grain. So I'm tempted to do is shift the wheat farms over to maintaining a single crop. Do some wine. Why not? That might give us a lack of sugar. At least it'll make sugar quite expensive. Glass actually is the little factor over here. Don't need another like 9, 8, something like that. Oh, that's why. Okay. I did think I didn't do my maths incorrectly, but what I did do was I failed to account for like an idiot. Let's switch over to shrapnel artillery. We'll create a shortage of... We need another 70. Build another one of these. Perfect. This is what min-maxing an economy does. It's just... Usually I don't do this. It's kind of in-depth, but it has been really fun. Brunswick's still going after someone. Brunswick looking to conquer the world. Look, if they're trying to conquer Brandenburg, Brunswick in Pomerania, and how Wolgast in West Prussia, Wolgast itself, may need to pay them a visit. If they're doing something. Start educating our people a little bit. Get some bone china. Why not? Back in groceries and fish. 250 fish. To be fair, if I went steam trawlers, it'd produce 100 more fish. Let's do that. Okay, steam trawlers. The shipyards are now going to switch over to steamships. Go military shipbuilding. It's also going to mean that our naval bases are going to go ironclads. Yeah, ammunition, I probably should have prepped because, yeah. I need another one after this. Need another 100 lead? No, 200 lead. Really? 200 lead? Am I missing something? Ah, that'll be why. Sulfur is now a normal price. Explosives are expensive. Lead is gonna go down. Do need more explosives. Yeah, double the amount. My only concern now is the... No, we're fine. Motor industries. Is Brunswick winning? I don't... Can't tell. They're very split up. Ah, France is getting taken out. God, the amount of dyes we need. Another 400 dyes. Deal. 2 more of those. Southern Wallonia. Where is that? Bulgarian Wallonia. Yeah, there you go. Tools, I think, are being built. 300 coal. 5 of these. 400 tools, which is... Really? That seems like a low amount of tools. Really? Is it only 8? I thought it was a lot more than that. Okay. We need 4 of those. Dyes being built. Steel's being built. Glass. 150. Bunch more construction sectors, which is going to make our iron industry completely screwed. But that's okay. We're halfway to our goal of 100 million. Brunswick actually coming in with 26 mil GDP. Look at that. That's what expansion of state does to a man. You ever bored with him? What's your, Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, Brunswick. 97 troops? God damn. They're good troops as well. How many do we have? Brunswick. It's time to stop. Always want to try cutting someone down to size. I do have boys in like India and North Africa, but it really doesn't help me. I'm building the one place that doesn't have any people. It's great. You know what? A couple of guys from South India. Oh, sorry, North India. It's minus 25% supply road cost is very useful. Why would you side with Brunswick? Why would you side with Brunswick? We need small arms. Alright, here we go. Raiding the convoys, I'm pretty sure is going to do absolutely nothing. Well, they'll do something because the Danes have to cross a strait to get hit, right? So, that'll hurt them. Ah yes, 14 versus 56. Ideal numbers. Yeah, you're not getting through anytime soon, bud. That's a lot of death. Like, we might not be able to break through because of our numbers, but you're not breaking through regardless. Oh, hang on. What did I say about numbers? I was lying. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Fertilizer. I don't think anyone's ever said that. There we go. Look at this. Loads of grain now. We keep getting lucky with numbers. That is a decent fight. There we go. Time to wear him down. The Danes have left. Oh, they're trying to defend their coast against the Dutch. It's not working. What are raid convoys in there? A little more fun. 90 defense, 91. Excellent. Coalition's still pissed, despite the fact that like our GDP is skyrocketing, everything's skyrocketing. They're still like, I'm upset. We're about to get an input good shortage of pools pretty soon, so hopefully we can get more of those going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna need a lot more than that. Yeah, get rinsed. Hamburg's gone. Nice. Meanwhile, our ironclads in the year 1462 looking pretty good. Yeah, we're not getting through that. We're doing more casualties though. Barely, even though there's, you know, 4 times the amount of troops. Okay, 300 tools. We need more tools. Put them in South Bengal. What else we need? Steel. Chuck on Tunis, why not? More coal, 280 coal. 5 of these. Glassworks, 4 of these. Groceries. Just 2 would do it. Oh, that's split into 2. Rather unfortunate. Okay, they've merged. Perfect. If we had an offensive plan, this war would be already over. And if we got, you know, better luck than 8 versus... Oh, no, apparently 8 versus 22 is a perfectly fine number for us to compete with. The services side of things really doing too well for us. Another 1,000. There we go. And Brunswick has been cut down to... I feel like I didn't really cut them down to size at all. Well, I didn't do anything. Well, I mean, might as well whilst I'm here, right? There's a couple different front lines on this one. I reckon he'll back down. I don't think he'll do this. Normandy, not the Loire. He'd back down immediately. Perfect. Well, there's Normandy. What we can do is switch our iron mines over to dynamite. We produce 281 more. Needs to be more explosives though. Yeah, we need like 100, about 200 more. Okay, can we do the same for coal? Go to the coal mines. Give the dynamite. Produce 475 more. Perfect. Bunch more steel. Do a bunch more iron. 3 of you. 1, 2, 3. Market access in South Bengal, as always. I need 247 more explosives. What does each one of these do? So we need another 2 on top of the 2 that we're already building. Alright, market side of things. What else? Explosives. Lead. Well, what we can do for lead is 155. We switch lead over to this, and it'll produce 120 more. That's enough for now. Probably gonna need even more explosives after that then. Okay, we have enough iron. We have enough coal. Enough tools, glass, steels in the works, lead there, explosives in the works. I think we just do the same thing with sulfur as we did before. Switch them over to dynamite. That's 100 more. How much do we need? That'll do everything on that front. Explosive. We need actually a ton of wood. 700 wood. Okay, so we're gonna need 10, 15 probably. There you go. 13 in that case. And it's just transportation. We need 50 of that. So like 7 of these. That should be everything that we need in our market, really. No more explosives. Okay, we are currently lacking 290. So we need 300 roughly. Let's grab that railway early. 200 sulfur, 200. That's such a beautiful graph. Brunswick is... They took over the Livonians. What the hell is this? I cut them down to size and they went, oh, okay. That is a ridiculous... They're trying to form Germany. Everyone else in this game has been completely static. The Timber seems to have taken out Garking actually. So maybe not perfectly static. And obviously we've got Muscovy taking out Novgorod. But like that is ridiculous. They even took Gotland. What are they doing now? It's like they figured out that Europe's not going to stop them. Even the Ottomans haven't done anything. They've sat with a defensive pact with Denmark and Fezzan and done absolutely nothing. I'm assuming you're a great power, right? Yeah, the number 2 great power. My infamy. To be fair, infamy doesn't mean anything if you're not paying attention to it. What I mean by that is no one can embargo me. So why didn't I just take Paris? Take Paris. I'm gonna need Foix, Bourbonnais, Orléans. That'll probably make us a pariah. Yeah, there you go. What are you doing? Embargo me? What's the advantage? Very, very big advantage to being self-sufficient. Okay, 200 glass, 200 sulfur. Actually, another arms industry and another munition plant. So let's grab another munition plant, grab another arms industry. Or actually mobilize my troops, I suppose. How's that number gone down? For some reason I can't get to half of these front lines. Oh, I need a North African general here. Why can't he reach there? He can reach up here, but he can't reach up. We're about to get some devastation. Nope, they back down. Okay, well, we took Paris. Taking the shortcut to 100 mil. Alright, need more food industry. Like 200. That is a very valuable thing. Okay, we'll go 300. I'm feeling generous. Let our people eat. Still more explosives, still more glass. 3 more explosives. Oh, well, already exists in Ile-de-France. Tooling workshops. I'm assuming you do everything wrong. Oh, actually, no, that's just the urban stuff, the rural stuff. There you go. Yeah, you do everything wrong, don't you? Need more lead, like a lot more lead. Get ahead of it. Do this. 2, 3, 5. Because we're producing more guns. Because if we're producing more munitions, then we're definitely need more lead. We've 10x'd our economy in about 30 years. That's min-maxing right there. That's insane. Also, well, to be fair, Brunswick has done even better. I can't do anything to stop them. I cut them down to size, and the game said no. Like, I tried. Brunswick coming in with a... Like, look, you can see the moment I declared war on them, and then they just recovered and doubled their economy since then. By just conquering everyone else. I'm, like, really... I don't even want to kill them. I'm that impressed. How are you down here as well? What are you doing? Man's going off to East Frisia. I'm going to truce them for 2 years, so they can do whatever the hell they like. Got 170 troops. Do a quick Moroccan GDP check. Morocco. They've done nothing. I was about to say, well, what about the Tunisians? I might have had something to do with that, so I don't really say too much. Carmichael, I don't know if they went... They must have conquered land down there. Yeah, they did. Oh god, I'm not constructing anything. Coal, any more glass? One more glass. Having South Bengal has actually been a game changer. The amount of people that are there. What else do we need? 10 more dye, it looks like. We'll make like 6. We'll make 9. I like round numbers. See, this way you can go a bit roughshod with your numbers a bit. Because they're going to fluctuate so much from here on out. How many do you produce? 40, only 3 you. 500 sugar? I've been slacking on the sugar front. Right, Tunis. I'm going to need literally... I think I just maxed it out. We're going to need to go and conquer more sugar places pretty soon. Porcelain. Using the glassworks, we're doing that already. Luxury clothes. Pretty sure we already make like enough clothes for everyone. Yeah, we only make luxury clothes though. Fair. I have access to silk. No, I can't. Okay. And then there's wine. Do you want wine? We want art. I've never built an art academy. Build 2, 5. That's 2, right? So how much do the people want? This is only 30. Seems kind of strange, but sure, go for it. Facilitate all this. Let's just build another 10 construction sectors. I'm ridiculously impressed with that. Turns out Muscovy wants to conquer Novgorod. Do you have claims on everything? I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know why some of these guys are going insane. It must have something to do with the AI mod I installed. But like, why are some going like sicko mode and others just chilling? The more time goes on, the smoother the graph gets. That exponential curve. Graphs are great. What do you want? What are you trying to do? Independence? Yeah, okay. You know, I'm not going to help you. I'm letting Brunswick... Probably France breaks down, right? Dude, don't make me mobilize, please. Don't make me mobilize, buddy. I don't know why I can't reach these fronts. Actually are fighting this. Like, what front is this? Okay, it turns out I moved him at the wrong time. Who's on my side here? Bourbonnais. They're getting rocked. I don't know who that... Why is it showing both sides as... I don't know why it's showing both sides as green. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to be in this war. Okay, apparently you guys don't want to fight. Okay, I wasn't able to save Bourbonnais because the front like is split into this monstrosity. So I just need to make sure that I don't lose this war now. But that's kind of the priority. Can't be another front where there's no... Look at this. Jesus, man. I don't have the troops for this. Like, my troops are objectively better in every fashion. And it's not like he has more troops than me either. There's more stupid generals. And every time we push, there's another front where I don't have any troops on it. Okay, this one has like 3. All this is for nothing, by the way. They've already annexed Bourbonnais. I really wish I hadn't got involved in this war. Oh, what the time, Radical Lorraine. Actually, it's the perfect time for you, technically. There we go. Tiny little piece. And you won't even white piece. How do you have 328 war support? You don't have any land. Don't tell me it's your capital. So now we both kind of sit here, huh? You actually had a lot of fabric. 570 to be exact. We do need like 10 of these. 20 even. Alright, starting to give everyone the arts academy they need. Oh my god, they actually did form North Germany. That's incredible. Brunswick did it. I can't even be mad. That's cool. Who has a better GDP per capita than me? Wang Fang. Okay, we're missing 400 iron, like 500 tools. Oh, British Clearance is their rival. That's not very nice, is it? Might come and nick Calais from you. I'm not involved in this, am I? Crush Aquitanian succession. well, you can't get to him, so. Rise of radicalism. Okay. Sure, our prestige we have is frankly silly. I think a lot of it is arts stuff. Let's have a look. Oh, we're principality. Can I form any countries? Burgundy doesn't get that luxury. Right, consider we're about to complete all of this lot. We're going to switch over to an open hearth process, which is going to produce a lot more steel. Obviously at the cost of a lot more iron. Lads, really? Revolution? Has it found made your lives easier? This is how you repay me? I have a meeting in like 3 minutes with the Speed 5 guys. I need this 100 mil GDP to come now. 99.6, 7, 8, 7 again. Dude, I got 2 minutes, come on! Yes! Oh, man. Right, lads, well, that was 1444. I think the real stars were Brunswick with the North German Confederation, to be fair. That was rather impressive. A lot of fun. The person who made this available on the Steam Workshop is considering adding new stuff to it. So maybe if we all go and download it, it will prompt him to maybe work on a little bit. Because I think that 1444 Victoria 3 is a lot of fun and could be really, really cool. Maybe inspire some things with EU5. In any case, lads, if you did enjoy, please do make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Bye. Huge shout out to our patrons, most notably Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Sjalmi, Lewis Wright, Nicole's Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Whilst you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.